Hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all like that new shit? You like that new shit?
Yeah, that's fire.
Heritage Hip Hop right there, yo. And word is born. Heritage Hip Hop is now the Mic Council, where we are introducing you to not only your future favorite artists, but now we introduce you to the best podcast out right now, where we talk about the culture, because we are culturally driven with no skips. I am Karev with Heritage Hip Hop, and next to me in the middle is
DJ Kawon of the Mixtape Show and Kawon J Media.
What's going on? I go by the name of Seek. Once again, it's not Sec, even though it's spelled that way. I'm representing the Hello Effect podcast. How y'all doing today?
shout out to everybody in the comments right now. Salute Commercial Ad. What's going on? Yeah. Everybody out there watching, thank you for joining us on the Mic Council today. We have two really good topics, and we're going to talk about how life is changing and how it affects artistry and you as a consumer. We're also going to talk about people who take advantage of hip hop culture and misuse it. People who look like us and people who do not look like us. So, does anybody want to start off? I remember I got my say, of course, but y'all want to take this? What you want to do first? The cost of living, or you want to do the honors social divide?
It don't matter to me. It's whatever.
Yeah. Let's talk about what everybody dealing with right now. Let's talk about the cost of living. Of living.
Since our president has taken office, his plan was. Well, we don't know what his plan was, but what he said he would do was bring all the costs down, because he said Joe Biden is the person, and his administration is the people who made the inflation go sky high. I was doing my research, and I came up on a speech where Barack Obama said the American economy has been going to hell since George Bush Sr. was in office, and the Republicans did nothing to fix that problem. In that, we have seen the rise of everything. They talked about the rise of eggs. I'm telling you, everything is high, and it seems like as much as cost is going up, our paychecks are not reflecting the COLA, or cost of living adjustment, that usually comes with the jobs. Gentlemen, how has this thing been going on and affecting you in your everyday life?
Oh man, so I'm married, children, 2 kids, so young babies, 11 and 6. So bro, me and my wife do pretty well, and it's still like a struggle. You know what I'm saying? We in between pay periods, in between paychecks, it's just tough to keep money in the bank. You know what I mean? Kids activities, groceries are crazy. Like, we just did groceries today. It spent about maybe $150 to hold us through for the week, and maybe came in through with 5 things in the cart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wife just got gas last weekend, and normally it's about $40. It jumped up to $75 in a SUV. You know, she has a Jeep Cherokee. It's everywhere we go, man. Everything just costs. You can't save money to help your life. You can't pay your credit cards down as much as you want to. I can't put my little change to the side to work on the music stuff like I used to. And it's just, it feels like it's not an end in sight, bro. But, you know, us as black people, us as a black culture, we always find a way to make things work. You know what I mean? So it's nothing different, I feel like, for us, but it's kind of crazy to see other people going through this now. Other cultures going through this, and they're like losing their mind off of this. You know what I mean? It's funny it's not funny, but it's just weird to see, and it's kind of ironic to see other families and other cultures who pretty much been living comfortable lifestyles and been affected by the economy by losing their jobs. Losing that extra income. Maybe wife lost her job, husband lost his job, so it's down to a 1-income family. It's hitting them now. So now they're starting to see what it is for like you said, we've been screaming this for years, that something just ain't right with this economy. The government ain't doing what they're supposed to do to help out. So it's everything costs. You're getting taxed left and right, bro, right now.
No, that's a fact. I just want to say, anybody that voted for Trump, fuck you. Like, And I mean that shit with all my heart because y'all thought this shit was a game. Now look what's happening. You know what I mean? And since our show is based off of hip hop, Trump remind me of Game. He do a lot of name dropping, but not blaming his fucking self. Like you understand what I'm saying? And I agree with you. Like I went from gas because I work for myself. You know what I mean? So that's just a whole nother thing. Like so if y'all acting like I mean, if y'all think y'all struggling working for yourself, you got to get it. Like you understand what I'm saying? But a great point that you made, like we know how to hustle. Like you understand what I'm saying? We ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. We gonna get out and get it. And he fooled a lot of people with $1,200. Like that was a lot of money. Like a lot of people, oh yeah, Uncle Trump, oh my God, he figured to send me back. That's not a lot of money. And y'all wasn't gonna do nothing with it but blow that shit on designer and fucking seafood. It can't be no more seafood left. How much of that seafood y'all ate during the fucking pandemic? I'm just being honest with you. But I feel like we just gotta weather the storm at the end of the day. Like you understand what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna be like this forever. You know what I mean? Things change with time. Like you gotta know how to dumb it down. Like you know what I mean? If you went from going out to eat like every week, maybe you gotta do it once a month now until shit get right. Like you understand what I'm saying? But one thing that I never stopped doing and is struggling, I'm doing my hip hop shit. Like you understand what I'm saying? Because I believe in myself wholeheartedly, and I believe this is the thing that's going to change my life. Like working all these years and shit like that. It's like you said, it's never ending. It's like you chasing something that they know
Mhm.
that a lot of us is not going to achieve. You know what I mean? Working at a job because it's designed to just to make ends meet. You know what I mean? To get little crumbs. And I feel like this is going to see who's really tough out here. Who's going to survive this shit because all this shit was planned for to do this shit so people that did have savings like that in our community wipe that shit down so they got zero when he done with them. You know what I mean? And people losing their mind. That's why you see a lot of crime, a lot of shit is happening in the home with domestic violence because if before this shit was happening and people was arguing over money and relationships, imagine now when it's really hard and people just can't deal with it. They go into them life insurances, or they just like, yo, fuck it, get this person out of here. But that's my piece on it. My bad for taking all the time on the floor. But
No, speak that passion, cause yo, I'm pissed the fuck off, man. Listen, yo, I'm already paying a new rent that's like double, almost triple what I paid last time. You see what I'm saying? And then now gas went up like 70, 80 cents around my way. And I'm in the hood, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not in the affluential area. I'm not in those parts of Texas and Cali where people talking about their gas is $8.20. Gas around here is 380 right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I was watching the videos, I did a great interview on it was an older mic council I did with ProLogic and Lindor. Shout out to my boys in Canada.
Shut
They
up.
talked about in Canada, people was using their credit cards to pay for groceries. Ladies and gentlemen, that's me. I'm using credit cards now to pay for groceries. Cause what used to
shit's
be,
high now.
yeah, what used to be like $100 now it costs like $250. My man, I saw a gallon of milk in a store not too long ago, and the gallon of milk was $10.99, yo. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking bowl of Fruit Loops worth $11 milk, yo. I don't even drink milk. That's for my family. But let me tell y'all something. Yo, everything's so damn high. Like, even the canned food. Canned food. Remember the canned stuff used to be $1? The dollar store ain't $1. Everything is crazy. Like
Yeah.
right now, it's
Bag of chips is like $4 now. $4.50 for a bag of
$4
chips.
for 3 chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I feel like they need to expose who voted for Trump, yo. That got him back in office. Start exposing people named like the Epstein's files, so we could go square with the motherfuckers. Like you know what I mean? Because they thought shit was a game. Now look at this shit. Everybody hurting. Like you said, you made a great point, Kawon. It's crazy how you see other races. It's like they going crazy because they can't believe. Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
thought shit was a game.
Yeah.
Now look
Yeah.
at this shit.
We've been living in our community, been living in food deserts, so we've been paying high prices for groceries for years. We've been dealing with public transportation for years because we can't afford a car. So it's just wild for me because I'm in a corporate environment, so it's wild for me to hear people talking about, y'all don't even know how I'm gonna get to the office this week because gas is too high. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of laugh because I'm like, yo, this is me since 1979. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, man, you gotta take care of home first. You gotta take care of the home team first. So I know what we've been doing here is I live close to my parents' house. You know, my mom and my sister are the only ones around since Pops passed away. So what we do is we just kind of put in together on like a Sam's Club card, and we all just kind of pool our money together when it's time to go grocery shopping and split up everything. We go to the meat market now. We don't buy stuff from the grocery store anymore. We'll go to a butcher shop because it's a little bit cheaper because you're getting farm to table pretty much on that. Or we go to like the Spanish supermarkets that got the same quality meat for cheaper, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of get that in bulk. So you just kind of got to think a little bit smarter and you just got to pool your money. And I even had some friends of mine who they go in with two other families and they get a whole cow, you know what I'm saying? And they basically pay the money to feed it. And then when it's time to take it to the butcher, they cut it up and they split up the meat afterwards and they got meat for the next 6-7 months. So you just kind of got to think outside the box in these kind of times and not just rely on the corporate the grocery store chains and all that. That's going to get you at the register. You know what I mean?
Yo, I wish we had like real genuine black billionaires that could come together and put their money together and get a farm and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Get a farm. Start, you know what I mean? Getting our own animals, growing our own fucking groceries and shit like that. Like the
Yeah,
Amish, yo.
there's information out there that you can look research that there because some of those farmers are public. They're businesses. You know what I'm saying? They get money from the USDA. So I would say you can start at the USDA, and they'll probably give you access to who are black owned and all that kind of stuff. So it's ways to find that information that they bury, but you can definitely do that. You can find ways to support your own. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. Have your own motherfucker. Grow your own garden like they used to do back in the day. Grow your own vegetables and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Commercial ad said I paid $6.99 for a pound of asparagus tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to
I'd have,
asparagus.
yo, I'd have put that shit right back. That shit.
It's born, yo. But you know what, gentlemen, let's give them some game, because like you said, Kawon, buying a whole fucking cow is crazy. Cause that is a lot of
That's a lot of beef. Yeah.
But if you do go to a butcher, you do save money and you get more for your dollar. Like everybody out there, I'm telling you now, if you want to cut down the cost of your shopping, invest in the Amish market, if not the black farms. Because a lot of black farmers are under attack because they want to try to take their farms right now in the Dust Bowl in America. So imagine that. And like, you know, yeah, you want to stay within your own people, so please support black farmers if you are one of us, no doubt. But if there's not a black farmer that you around you can find, try the Amish market because it's farm grown, it's fresh, and you get more for your dollar. Just like Kamal was saying, check out the bodegas, get the meat packs, you know what I'm saying? With the wings, the ribs, and all the other stuff. If you don't eat pork,
and
with it.
And they give you a 3-liter CNC soda and shit like that. I remember
get some soda and some beans with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, let me say something. Like, I know we like joke of Indian street food, but I'm about to start eating like them. I'm about to go get the 20-pound bag of fucking rice, and I'm gonna be a vegetarian eating beans. Fuck it. Like I'm gonna go to the struggle. I'm gonna go back like I used to struggle.
Please.
Fuck it.
Jasmine rice.
Get jasmine rice, please. Candid House Photo said, yes, Harlem is a crazy food desert for the amount of people that live there. Well, the inner city has been getting destroyed since the whatever up in here, because anytime people of color have done well, it has been, our stuff has been destroyed. Now the American public is being destroyed by someone who looks just like them. And we've had talks about vaccinations. We had talks about being institutionalized. We had talks about now people harming children. We're not getting that. We're not losing our channel. But we got into people talking about harming people, sex like that. And it's getting to the point where people are now being fully exposed to the evils that some people know about the whole time. So once again, we want to give y'all some game. All y'all people out there who have LLCs, you have a Restaurant Depot card that you can get. Restaurant Depot, if y'all didn't know, here's some American logic for you. The food that you buy in the supermarket is not the same food they cook in the restaurants. That's why it tastes different when you go out. With a Restaurant Depot card, you have access to the food that they cook in the restaurants. You have more. You have access to a different type of hamburger. If you like burgers, Angus burger, Wagyu burgers, farm raised stuff. If you have salmon, you don't have that farm salmon. You got wild salmon that you can get. Wild salmon isn't pink or red; it's actually white. You know what I'm saying? You can get some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get it in bulk as well. You could get a box. I think it was last time I went to Restaurant Depot. It was like 3 pounds of chicken for $60. So that's going to spread. That's going to be a big spread for you. So as I tell people,
I got a question.
What's up?
So you telling me I could get better quality for cheaper at there?
Wholesale, not cheaper. Yeah. It's not cheaper. At home, Restaurant Depot is wholesale, so it's more bulk, which is the price is going to be. It's not substantial because 3 pounds of chicken for us in ShopRite is going to like what, 2 G's?
Hold up, but why? Yeah, but why they getting better quality stuff? Why they can't sell it in the grocery store? I want that shit.
Because
why I gotta go there to get like good food? They trying to.
Because the FDA gives you food to sustain yourself to get sick. They give the restaurants food to make you want to go eat outside,
but not get sick too. Because a lot of people got sick at restaurants.
That's people jerking off and putting their hands in the mayonnaise, I guess. I can't tell you.
A lot of restaurants, they got to be as close to farm to table as possible. So it doesn't. When it comes to us, it doesn't hit the middleman 2-3 times, so they can keep it on the shelf. Whereas in the restaurants, if it's coming in that day, they're selling it that day on that night or whatever. So it got to be as fresh as possible. So that's why.
And that's fucked up, yo.
It is. And look, you go there, like I said, Restaurant Depot, you could get fruit. You're gonna get it in bulk though. So if you know somebody who like to make smoothies, you're gonna get like 10 bushels of bananas a piece, which is 30 bushels for about like $40. You're going to get like a whole bunch.
Yeah.
If you want to get a blender, a juicer, you know those Chinese food containers and stuff. All that's there at Restaurant Depot. Go get it and stack up because you're gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? Even
you can freeze a lot of that too.
Nah, fuck that.
And freeze them, and because wifey does.
Nah, vegetables. Grow your own vegetables. Let's promote that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Grow your own vegetables, yo. Like clean your backyard up, yo. I know that shit probably got trash, all types of old bicycles, hubcaps, and shit y'all don't use. Clean it up. Like get off the internet. You know what I mean? Use some time, like going outside, showing Mother Nature some love, and grow your vegetables. You'll enjoy that stuff. Then you'll start being healthier because you're like, damn, I gotta go pick my strawberries. Oh damn, my apple's ready. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go juice. That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna give that information like this out to the people because hip hop has been taking a turn towards health. With so many people dying for health reasons, I think it's our responsibility as a culture. This is supposed to be a culture show. We'll talk about those things. In New Jersey, we got a watermelon man. I don't know about everybody else, but we got a watermelon man that specializes in red, orange, and yellow watermelon.
Yeah,
I give him my money. I don't play no games with watermelon.
Yeah, down here by me, that's Pedro. You know what I'm saying? Pedro.
Shout out to Pedro. Hey, Peter, what up? You know what I'm saying?
Hold it, yo, hey, Karev, where your watermelon man by what's that park over there by the off of South Orange Avenue?
No, he got killed. They killed him.
But you talking about, you know what I'm talking about? What park is that? Hooterville? By Hooterville?
Yeah, that's
I can't think of that shit.
Forgot, yo. Yeah,
Velsbrook Park.
Yeah, they killed him, yo.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, the watermelon man got robbed and killed, which is ridiculous.
Wow. That's crazy.
But the watermelon man, I'm talking about, he's from New Jersey, but he has his farm in Virginia, and he drives up in the summer with he buys a U-Haul truck, and he U-Hauls the watermelons up, and you can order from him. I want 3 orange, 3 red, 3, and he takes your order, and then when he calls you, you go pick up your watermelons, and he makes trips every week or every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's Pedro. That's Pedro by the tire shop by me. He be shop by the tire shop. Yeah.
Shout out to Pedro. You know what I'm saying? And please, y'all, just be careful. Don't be out here buying seedless food. And now look at the numbers on your food. I know y'all been seeing the things. When you look at the barcode, if it got a 4 by it, it's modified. If it's 3, it's trash. If it's 9, it's organic. Please take the time. And take the time to look at your food, because if it says genetically modified, you're eating something with blood in it. M&M's has blood in it, y'all. If you go in the back, it says
Damn.
genetically modified.
I just had some earlier, yo.
Yeah, check it out. You eating blood.
Damn,
So
the
how's your
peanut
blood?
ones. Damn. I'm a vampire then. Fuck it.
How was your blood snack? It was
Nah,
Be
but like,
careful out there.
to be honest with you, a lot of people don't read. That's the thing. Everybody's in a rush for everything. You know what I mean? I feel like if you start reading more, you can avoid a lot of things in life. Like, you know what I mean? So I never knew that. Thanks for that information. I'm gonna start doing that when I go grocery shopping.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta,
word
you
up.
gotta read it.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, especially the men on here. Sorry, Kawon, let me say this. Especially the men on here, get off of Choose Baddie and whoever hell you looking at on Instagram. And look at something that's life-giving, because yo, that butt that you watching ain't buying your groceries, yo.
Yeah.
That stuff is not holding you down for the betterment of your life.
She wants you to eat them.
So
Word,
she got those melons for you.
You putting your tongue in a hole that don't need to be in.
Word,
And you can't buy your real food. Something wrong with your
Yo, that's
what you about to
crazy.
say?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, man, we got to take care of our health, brother. I had like I said, after Pops passed away a couple years ago from cancer, we have a family history. So after that, I went to the doctor for my annual physical and everything, and was checked out good and everything. But ever since then, I kind of been on a war path about that, to where I was borderline diabetic at that point. So we had to cut down a lot of things. And like you said, when you actually stop and read what you're putting into your body, it's crazy when you research some of those stuff that they put in there, man. So definitely, like you said, slow down, look at the labels, like the Jizza said, read the labels, you know what I mean? And take vitamins too, man. Take your daily vitamins. I support Styles and Jada. They got the vitamin company that they do.
Oh yeah,
The pharmacy for life, and we get the black seed oil. We get all of that stuff. We get stuff for the kiddos, and we support them every month. I'm in there buying a new kit just to take care of ourselves. So definitely do that. Watch what you put in your body. Stay away from the sugar too, man, because that sugar is crazy.
That's a fact. And also mental health. That's very important. You know what I mean? Especially today's day, especially with all this stuff happening in the society with the president, with the wars, because we can see all this stuff on the internet. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So check them on your folks. Like, you understand? Everybody ain't looking to borrow anything. You know what I mean? Some people just want a conversation. Some people just want to laugh. You know what I mean? And another thing too, when it comes to reading, start reading who own these companies. Start reading who you spending your money with, because that's important. Because if that person is a fucking creep in real life, by any way, shape, or form, I don't give a fuck what it is. We gotta just stop spending our money there. I know it hurts because it's like a routine, and it's like, damn, the store is right there. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not to support all this bullshit that's happening, I'm gonna go to that store. Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? That's the same thing with watching what you put in your body is watching what you put in your mind also. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's give them something to think about as far as what to put in your body. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching this, drink water, especially alkaline water. Drink water. What I do right now, people think I'm detoxing. I'm not. What I like to do, I get some Manuka honey. If you can afford it, don't get that stuff that's in the dollar store, because that's not real honey. That's syrup. You get Manuka honey, you get some water, lemon, cucumber. You can get oregano, you can get mint. Put that stuff in the jug of water and just walk around and drink water, because 9 times out of 10, the best poisons that are given through the mind are also given through the mouth. Pause. And the one thing I will tell you is, whenever you see new things in the hood, that's a new strain of poison to see how your body reacts to it. Recently, Robert F. Kennedy was saying he may want to go back and reinstitute the what was the Tuskegee experiment on men in this country, where they give men diseases to see how they react. One way they've been giving our people diseases is spraying the air and giving us new food. So when your kid gets stupid saying, "Ooh, it's chocolate frosted flakes," don't buy that shit.
Damn.
You don't know what that is. When you see CNC, we used to call that shit Cheap Charlie's. When you see CNC Cheap Charlie soda and it got cotton candy flavor, don't buy that shit.
Yeah.
You don't know what that is.
Yeah.
God gave us the most purest thing in the world to drink, and that's water. And I'm sorry that you got to buy water, and I'm sorry that people are getting arrested for collecting rainwater and drinking it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, season your water with fruit, seeded fruit, and you will have some of the best stuff you can have, and just drink that. Teach your children how to get off the soda, please, because I work in a school. That ADHD and not being able to sit still and kids jittery and all that shit is real, yo. And a lot of things that we have been finding through research in the education and science community is the things that you give children affect not only their brain chemistry, but their heart, stomach. Stomach controls the eyes. Stomach also controls everything up in here. You want to be careful about what you're giving your children. So give them water, please. Give them just spice it up. You know what I mean? Go ahead, see what you got.
I just want to piggyback what you said, but how do we do that? You know what I mean? We in a life of social media. It was like a little easier back in the day, but it's like everything is about selling something, advertising, and they know how to get these kids because they at a young age. It's easy to brainwash them. Like, oh yeah, mommy, daddy. I know, like, it's certain people at a certain age that's mature enough to follow what you're saying, but there's a couple of people like, yo, I'm in the hood. That shit right there is at the corner store. They want it. That's gonna keep them quiet. This tablet gonna keep them quiet. But I didn't know that, so that's some great information. You know what I mean? But that was a bar also. What you say? You said something about the mouth. Pause. But what you had said? That shit was like a bar.
The best poisons are put in your brain and also what you put in your mouth.
Word.
That's what I said. But
And ladies, y'all hear that?
He bugging. But yo, if your children, look, think of alternatives, ladies and gentlemen, because I'll tell you something that a scientist told me back when I was a child. The greatest poisons have the sweetest taste. Candy is dirt. So as you get into your 30s and 40s, you be like, my side, my heart, oh my God, my neck. That's the candy that you ate when you were a child. Your body was never able to process it. So instead of giving your child candy when they want something sweet, give them fruit. Give them a healthy alternative. There's nothing wrong with eating grapes. You know what I'm saying?
They love them shits. My son love them shits.
And look,
we freeze them.
He eat the whole bag if you let him.
Grapes help children who have asthma. Asthma is when the body is losing water and it's like water sacs in your lungs. When they lose water, the lungs do this and they pull water out of those sacs in the lungs so that the lungs have something. And with less water in your lungs means it's harder for you to hold the oxygen in your lungs. So what grapes do? Grapes help hold oxygen or help the moisture in your lungs to process water. So that's what eating grapes do. If you have a child that likes blueberries helps with cholesterol. It declogs your arteries. So if you're eating a lot of stuff, you do that. But this gentleman here talked about black seed oil. There's things that adults need to take. Black seed oil is the ultimate cure for everything except death, as it was called. Shilajit is good for your eyes, your brain, your skin. Milk thistle for y'all who like to smoke and drink. That helps with your liver. Oil of oregano is good for helping you not get sick, to get the common cold, the flu, and things like that. There's many things to take. You have a hard time sleeping, take some magnesium. You have diabetes problems, cinnamon, and all these things. Like I said, get off of social media looking for who got the nicest titties in blue today or something. You need to look for things that you can take that look up health things, because at the end of the day, if things are getting more expensive, that means the cheapest shit is going to be the most inexpensive stuff. So you want to gird yourself so you have enough of what you need. Stock water in your house, get fruit. I don't care if you got to go to Joe's Market, he goes to Pedro. I don't care if you go to Rashid up the block. Get you salad, get you fruit, get you water, get things that's going to sustain your body. Because at the end of the day, whatever you put in is exactly what you're going to get when you let it go.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
And go outside. Go outside too, man. Exercise, man. Get some fresh air. Get from behind this computer and this phone and shit like that. Because that's why you ain't elevating, because you worrying about other people that's making money and rich, and you just happy with going to fucking Walmart or any corporate job or any place that you really don't want to be. You know what I mean? Then you get caught up in this some delusional was like, yo, I could be a content creator like that person, and I'm gonna just be rich, and then what's her name? Go outside, read a fucking book. Stop acting like you was the kid that was licking the fucking windows. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Or just looking at the pictures in the magazine. Read some books. Like, it's good to read. It's good to do research, especially as you get older.
Yesterday it was nice out here, so me and wifey went out on the back patio and we had the little boom box and threw in College Dropout, listened to the whole album and just chilled, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed ourselves. And I was like, yo, we need to do this, if not every weekend, every other weekend, just so we can be out here and take in the sun. And another cool cheap remedy, I learned this from my son's classmate in school, elementary. One of his best friends is Chinese, and his mom told us that what the Chinese do is when their kids and when their family gets home from the end of the day, because you're taking so many germs and stuff from outside, salt warm water, they gargle with it in their mouth because you're inhaling a lot of germs and stuff. So when they come home, just take a couple swigs of hot water with salt in it and gargle it, and that kills the bacteria that comes in through your mouth and spit it out or whatever a couple times. And she said they do it every day, and their kids are never sick. So that's a nice little home remedy we learned from the Far East.
Yeah, and people got to stop eating too much too, especially that bullshit, yo. Like at the end of the day, reality is animal flesh. Like you understand what I'm saying? Them enemies be out there doing witch and whatever. Like you know what I mean? And like Karev said, like the shit in the grocery store is the low end shit. So they don't be checking for all the other shit here. Chop it up.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna die
can't.
one day anyway. That's how they
Yeah,
looking at us.
you can't track the animal from birth into the table, right? So you don't know what it's been, like you said, what it's been doing that whole time.
Especially now, people raping the animals.
Then yo, who's in charge of the USDA? Who's the fucking president of that? You know what I mean? We gotta start finding out these people who they are because they
That's
controlling everybody at the end of the day because
Yeah.
they could pass anything. I'm pretty sure they took bribes before. Oh yeah, from this farm here, take this. All right. Knowing that something was wrong with that shit. That shit wasn't good enough to fucking eat. That's why the outbreaks and shit be happening. And everybody be pointing fingers. It be them. They be taking bribes.
We ain't getting canceled because see.
I don't know. Allegedly.
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 Yeah, we ain't gonna cancel the seat guy a while. You know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, please
Allegedly.
take care of your health. Pin Game 7 said create, don't consume. And that's the realest thing because God made us to be creators. And let's just use the talent that he gave us, whether you create on the internet or you create at home. Here's something that you can do with your children. Gentlemen, let me ask you a question. See, I like to learn. I'm a history person. How did man make the first air conditioner? Do you know?
Not the ice box. Not the ice box.
I go pull it up real quick.
No, don't. I'm gonna give you the answer. Okay. What people used to do was people had gardens. So what they did was they would build something for all y'all who like to build. If you don't want this and you don't know how to build, everybody that can't build, go to Fiverr, Thumbtack, sell your services. That's what I'm trying. This is the game. So what they did was they would build a place to sit and they would build something that went over your head. Then they would put wax paper in the bottom, put soil there and plant vegetables or plant plants there, right? To make it pretty. The plants soak up the sunlight and it's overhead. So you're shaded from the sun. When you sit under a potted plant or overhead, the temperature drops 10 to 20 degrees. So on an 80-degree day, it's going to be 60 under the plants that you've planted. And because it's wax paper there, the water doesn't go through the paper. The soil takes it up and all the extra is put in the wax. So when the sun comes up, it heats up even more and the plants get more nutrients. So you can make an air conditioner outside to sit under to help you, be outside more. And it's safe and economical for you because buying an air conditioner is like $100 and some, but dirt or soil is not that less. Expensive. You can get the wood, you can build as high as you want or whatever, put as much there and just take care of your plants and let nature run its course and you get the benefits of God's creation, not just the atmospheric poison that's pumped in your house. Freon is deadly, ladies and gentlemen. How do I know? Because they put it in the ice cream and look how many people are lactose intolerant because of the lactose mixing with the Freon or the embalming fluid that they put in your food. I don't have to talk about much more of this anymore, gentlemen. Do y'all want to?
Hold on. Come on. You ain't gonna end it with that type of shit because hold on, repeat them last two things, like for clarity, for anybody that's watching.
And embalming fluid in your food. So a lot of the diseases that people have where they can't take in food is because that food was mixed with the chemicals of that entity. So like when you eat like frozen food, microwave dinners and shit like that, That's Freon. I mean, that's embalming fluid. That's the stuff they put in dead bodies to keep them fresh. Freon is put in ice cream because of how it holds the cold and it holds together.
How do you find
So
that though?
you will look and read the ingredients, and whatever you don't understand, if it's monodioxide conglobin, put that shit in your phone because your phone is your knowledge point, y'all. People live off phones, so they're using it to look at titties or booty
Hold
or
up.
a man's chest. Look up stuff that's on there so you can look it up.
So they hide shit, other words. So they replace other words so you won't understand it. Because first of all, like you said, they ain't looking at it. But I'm saying, if I looked on it, would I see Freon on it?
Yes,
Well,
yes. No, you're not gonna see the word Freon. You're gonna see
gonna
a different word for it.
whatever the
That's what I'm
chemical
saying.
makeups are. Yeah, whatever those chemical makeups are, they have to put that on there. They can't put because Freon could just be a word that they created for whatever that chemical is. You know what I'm saying? Like Benadryl isn't Benadryl. It's whatever those elements
It's
that makes
death.
the Benadryl. Yeah.
It will be death. But yeah, well, to answer your question in
So we eat dead.
in a better way.
So we
you
already
have
eat
that-
something that's dead, and they trying to kill us even more.
Yeah. In other countries, they call American food Frankenstein food because it's dead. We try to bring it back to life. They cook fresh food, and we bring the dead back to life to be consumed. That's what they say. So there's a law in America that says they have to tell you what's in the ingredients. There's the numbers on the food. All you gotta do is call that 1-800 number on the box. And you can ask them, what's monoglycorbin consumptionate? And they have to tell you what it is. That's why so many people who don't look like us are healthier than us, because when they see something wrong, they call and they sue. And our people are like, it's just poison, they just leave it alone. Where people actually do something about it. So I'm telling you that's we have these things. We just have to use our power to get it done.
Yo, they gotta have some type of drug in that shit to want people to want to continue to get that shit.
Yes, they do.
Something that's going like, damn, I gotta have that shit. Cause you know what I mean? People eat the same shit every day, regardless.
Listen, McDonald's was sued because they were found to have chemicals in their food that made kids want to keep going back and getting their food. The French fries, the burgers, the chicken nuggets. That's why McDonald's had to change their menu at one time because of calories and all the other stuff, because people were calling on them saying, what's going on in this menu? And they were finding out all these chemicals in the food. That's what happened with the Chick-fil-A sandwich. Remember? Everybody's going crazy. And the Nation of Islam came out with the thing. Because remember that 800 number, they have to tell you what's in the food. They went and called the number, and they got all the chemicals that was in the chicken sandwich. So you weren't just eating chicken, lettuce, tomato, and bread. You were eating Death Zorbit, Don Yu. They were eating stomach killer. They were telling people like, yeah, this was in there, and now you got to make the decision. Well, you know better. You know better. You do better. A lot of people don't. What does Busta Rhymes say? We kill ourselves with what we put in our bodies.
Yeah, there's a reason why a lot of our foods are banned in other countries, and it's not because it's not because they don't want to pay the tariffs on it. It's because it's illegal. So a lot of our foods are banned in other countries.
So it goes back to the politicians, who we voted in, because they got allegedly briberies. But you could probably find out this shit if we do research.
Yeah.
To pass certain shit like this. You know what I mean? Like,
we may say alleged bribery, but it's just a donation to the campaign. That's all that is.
Yeah, it's crazy to kill people. It's crazy.
Yeah, look, they said the Fruit Loops in America are bright and kids like them, but in Europe, the Fruit Loops are dull and more healthier, and the kids like them. So what are we really doing?
Yeah,
fentanyl-induced Fruit Loops, or fruit juice-induced Fruit Loops.
Chocolate, like European chocolate is pure. Here it's got a bunch of junk in it, so the chocolate over there is way better than it is here.
We got the authentic chocolate tree, and we got the bullshit.
Yeah. Yo, give me a couple of million. I'm out of here, yo. I'm gonna do everything virtually, like respectfully. Dead ass.
I wish Wakanda was real. I'll be out this bitch in a minute. Believe me. If heaven was a mile away, you pack all your bags and leave this world behind, I'll be out of this motherfucker, yo. For real. But yo, anything else y'all want to know about health? Ask us. Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments now. Be a part of the show.
Yeah, we gotta run this back. We gotta run this one back. I like this one.
Yeah, we are the Mike Council. We talk about real shit. Because overall, people have their vices and their habits, but it's good to know healthy alternatives to take care of your body. Seeks talk about the mental. Kawan's talk about financial. I'll talk about the food. I'm the fat dude talking about food, which is crazy. But that's what it is. We got to save ourselves and ultimately save our babies. You know what I'm saying? But the next topic we could talk about is how does this money stop people from doing their hobbies? Like, how can we help them with that? How do you now circumvent your money for one thing to take care of your hustle, your job, or your responsibilities a new way? What have y'all been doing?
Community. You know what I mean? You got to start building with people. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, everybody got a talent. You know what I mean? You just got to get with like-minded people. That's not that type of person that's like, oh, they want to feed. Like, we all going to do something collectively that each of us could benefit, like we doing right now. You know what I mean? So if it's something that you love and you feel like it was given to you by God, is your passion, figure a way to do it. You know what I mean? Even if, like, once again, if you was doing something that was weekly, do it once a month, or give it somebody that, like, you know what, I got this space right here, we could film here. I got this studio, we could go record. You know what I mean? So building with community. That's what
Word.
I've been doing.
Yeah, yeah, similar to that, man. You know, the barter system is real if it makes sense, right? If you got somebody who's equally on your level, and you got something that you can offer them, and they got something they can offer you, and y'all can both benefit from it, then yeah, that make all the sense in the world instead of chasing the dollar with each other. I say as a creator, the challenge to me now is going to be presenting what we got to the consumer, right? Because we know everybody hurting right now, so it's kind of like, how do you not have that guilt knowing that people are hurting for a dollar, and you're gonna turn around and ask them for $10 for an album, you know what I'm saying, CD and stuff like that. So for me personally, I'm trying to figure out some ways, maybe do for this future album I got coming up, maybe do some pay whatever you want for the digital copy, and then anything that's physical, of course, that's an overhead, so you gotta price that accordingly. So you know, it's everybody's hurting everywhere, man, and I don't want to feel like that I'm trying to hit somebody in their pockets too, because I'm not a priority to somebody's, you know, when they're trying to put food on the table. So you gotta kind of figure out a way to entertain the people and still let them appreciate what you do, but make a little coin over it as much as you can. But the barter system is real, man, and this isn't me inviting myself to say, hey, if y'all got something, come work with me, kind of thing, because it's also quality behind that too. Like, I just don't want to work with anybody that's you know what I'm saying,
That's a
that can
fact.
do,
That's a
you
fact.
know what I'm saying, because if I'm giving you top tier work and you giving me trash, then that don't work out for me that way. So you know, if you can match the energy with what we got going on, then yeah, let's work on something together. But other than that, you know, you got to keep your art going somehow. You'll figure it out. As a creative, you always figure it out.
Yo, can I ask you something for Karev talk? Yo, is your audience, like, what is your audience? Are they like, do they drink? Do they smoke?
Nah, because I don't drink and smoke like that. So
Okay, all
I
right.
don't think I don't think I appeal to that. I literally appeal to just from knowing the past few music wise, we appeal to the guys who love 90s hip hop, the guys who are parents who still kind of had that nostalgic feel to them. So, you know, the guys who got an extra $20 every pay period, and they want to buy some new music here and there. So you kind of got to learn who your tribe is. You know what I'm saying? Where you know that money's going to be there whenever it's time to drop something. But like I said, I don't smoke, man. I don't drink. I don't talk about bitches and hoes and nothing like that. That's not how I get down. So, like I said, I got kids, man. I got a daughter. I got a son. I got. They look at me, so
Nah,
I
that's a
can't put
fact. That's
myself
a
out
fact.
there like that. I never put myself out there like that because I don't want them following that. So, I just, you
That's a
know,
fact.
I stick to my morals and my values and my principles, and tend to attract people who got the same vibe. You know what I mean?
Nah. So what I'm gonna say is, just based off of that, I know they're gonna support you. You know what I mean? Because that's the people, they know you passionate about your
Hmm.
craft, and they're gonna always be to support you. Like, because they look as you as, like, if I had a habit or something, like, I'm
Hmm.
used to going to see where you drop something because I'm here to support you. So I feel
Hmm.
like once you start getting more people like that, when it get tough like that, you ain't gonna worry about it because you already know they're gonna be there. That's how I look at
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
do you come back off of bitches and hoes? I don't know what that right there. That was the highlight of the show right there. He said bitches and hoes. I don't even hear this man curse.
Word.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Shout out to you for knowing your thing, because I listened to the new music today, and shout out to them, but I can't follow that.
Mhm.
So I know, like me, I can help an artist find their way. But when I hear songs like, girl, I want to see you strut. I want to see your big ass butt. I want to see it in a rush. Like, I can't do that, yo. That bothers me. I can't. But I understand where they're coming from. So one thing I'm gonna tell you as an artist, well, now that you're putting your music out and things like that, you have to find your niche. Not only do you find your niche, you gotta find how. He said that was fire. Pop is in the building. Shout out to Pop. Pop is back. But you gotta find your niche. You gotta know who your brand is, and then listen, y'all. If you want to do what you got to do to prolong your the things that you like in life, start looking at Klarna. Start looking at Afterpay. There's people buying groceries on Afterpay now, y'all. They have 100 and they have like 4 weeks to pay off their groceries. So you know what I'm saying? Like groceries has now become its own credit card through Afterpay and Klarna. Klarna is Klarna. Klarna. Check those two companies out. There's people who you still like want to take trips, even though the plane and gas on the plane is going up. Book your trip in advance. You could do Afterpay 4 to 6 payments to do that for travel. They were talking about the bartering system and everybody working together. Listen, that's all good, but just know there's certain times when you have to pay. You don't stream your food and you don't rent your burgers. You have to pay. So work with the person. Maybe they don't want. Maybe they work with you not to. You have to give them everything all at once. Maybe we can do Afterpay with people for your services and your goods. Just make sure you have it in writing and you get paid. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, if you want your artist, you want to sit down and plan your thing out, I say come Cash App ready, but I will work with you as long as I get paid. You know what I'm saying? So you want that music solution help and with a dope interview and some artist development to go with it, contact me. If you're an artist and you want some good music, maybe you got a show, you want a dope song for your intro or something, talk to Kawon. If you someone who's looking to get a roadmap through industry, do the industry work as an independent artist to become mainstream, also get a dope ass interview with some good questions, you guys seek in the Hello Effect podcast.
So
the hard way,
Zeldo.
I want to ditty it out. I'll just say, have your money ready and come to us. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do Cash App.
No, I do
Cash
App. $sign
Also,
hip hop all day.
I do both.
Yeah.
Let me say this though. I also do, like, if anybody looking for any manager, you know what I mean? I do that. I'm into managing, consulting, and also the media thing. You know what I mean? If you try to idea of a podcast, you need help filming it, producing it, holla at me. You know what I mean? Very resourceful. You know what I mean? If you an artist trying to become a battle rapper, I know a bunch of people that got that. I could plug you in. You know what I mean? Because I was tapped in back in the day. Now I'm really back. So Zeldo, no Cash App, no checks.
Or if you really serious about this thing and you hear everybody got a little something you can offer, we can put our 3 heads together collectively and put a package together. You know what I'm saying?
No Diddy.
We can definitely get you from recording your first record to promoting it to interviewing to all that stuff from start to end. You know what I'm saying? Give us about a few months to put all that together and you'll be off and running, off to the races.
Facts. Because at the end of the day, you're talking to 3 knowledgeable men who know how to take a song and make it into a movement, not just
got a number one. Got a number one right up there. Number 1 record, urban influencer, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Charted number 1 last year. So we know what we're doing.
Facts. True indeed. Shout out to Watkins, the general, checking in.
Shout out Watts. Salute to the general. Dope vet producer out of North Carolina, man. That brother.
Peace, family. Peace, everybody that's in the chat. We see y'all. Salute.
That's right. So now let's go into the major topic of today. But before we do, ladies and gentlemen, we on the road to 5,000. Bam. Make sure you subscribe to DJ Kawon and Kawon J Media on YouTube. We want to get 5,000 subscribers to the Mixtape show. 5,000 subscribers to him will lead to 5,000 subscribers on the Hello Effect podcast. So the Hello Effect podcast on YouTube. Make sure you help us get that 5. And also on Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube. Help us reach 5. We want 5,000 on all 3 pages. When we get to 5,000 on all 3 pages, we're going to do something special for all of you out there that's looking and watching and helping us grow. Because at the end of the day, the 5,000 is you. You are our tribe. You are our community. So if you're part of this community as tribe, not only can you sign up to all 3 pages, but you can share it to your friends. You can share it to your hip hop groups. You can share it to other music lovers. Because guess what? We ain't gonna just do hip hop. We're gonna talk R&B. We might talk reggae and dance hall, whatever. We're gonna talk things that matter to the community. Right. So it's not just music. Heritage Hip Hop, Hello Effect podcast, and the Mixtape Show all together are the Mic Council. We are the 3-headed monster. Pause. That takes on all subjects. We are culturally driven with no skips. We are going to attack every subject that in fact that attacks the culture. Today we did health, mental health, economics, faith, and all that. Now we're going to talk about the thing that pissed everybody off.
The bullshit.
That bullshit. That bullshit. People who use hip hop culture and run with it, and then when they get tired of it, they call it bullshit. People that look like us and people that don't. You know what I'm saying? We got people who all kinfolk ain't kinfolk. All people that look like you ain't us. Public Enemy said it best on the song Night Train. When they talk about my man Keith, he tried to shake his hand and he called like, son, I don't fuck with you. We got people out here like that who look like us, who will invade us and then sell our secrets to others to look good. One man said, some black men think that the white man's ice is colder. So they'll smack your glass out your hand to go get a treat from him and be treated like a good dog, which is ridiculous. Gentlemen, have you ever encountered anything like that in your life? And how has it affected you and the culture around you?
Man.
Would you hold up? You talking about like a racist moment?
No, a person like you who will put you down or step over you
Okay.
to appeal to somebody else.
Okay.
How did that ever affect you? And how did it ever affect the culture? While they're thinking, I tell my story. Yeah. I remember I was a young man, and there was another young man who was of the same complexion as me. And you know what? I ain't gonna take it that far back. I'll take it to this past summer. I do events at MetLife Stadium. Sometimes I'm in the crowd, sometimes I'm not. And I will tell you this. Sometimes when you work in the crowd, you have men that look like you with a young lady of another designated race or ethnicity. I've had men bark orders at me and talk to me like I'm beneath them because of the ugly fat slob they have on their own arm. And because she was a different race or something, they thought they were better than me. So they talk down to me. And that hurts the culture to me because you're giving the idea that what you see that's like you is not as good as you because you got something different. So that makes you better. And I wonder how that affects the women, the children, even yourself, because I've seen and I've experienced personally these things countless of times at another job or a place that I work, where people they'll shit on you because because they feel like they have something different and that makes them better than you. Mm-hmm. I feel that kills a lot of the culture. Have y'all ever experienced something on that line or something different?
Absolutely, man. I'm kind of similar to you. I work in corporate America, right? I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do because I ain't gonna put my business out there. But what I do is you just can't jump from the mailroom and walk into this position, right? It's a very highly functioning, very detail oriented type of gig, right? So there's a lot of networking involved with this. And then I'll go to these luncheons and there's always that one brother, you know what I'm saying? The Carlton Banks brother, right? Who he's shucking and jiving for the folks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shucking and jiving for everybody else to be seen and heard. And then when Kawon happens to be in a room, everybody's naturally, oh, what's up, man? Yeah, I could chop it up with him because I've learned how to talk to anybody in the room, you know what I'm saying, without doing all of that. And Carlton always has a little issue with me whenever I'm around. So he gives me that, oh man, this motherfucker, he's here, that type of feel to him. So he that situation, he's always trying to want to be the center of attention, because in his mind it feels like it can only be one in the room. But the thing is I don't play the game like he playing the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing it off of my merit alone. So I definitely deal that, and it hurts. Like you said, it hurts the culture, because the field that I'm in, it's not very many of us at that level. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, instead of just extending your hand, like, hey brother, I'm proud of you kind of thing, he got to cause a scene kind of thing. And like you said, shucking and jiving and tap dancing for everybody, because he wants to entertain everybody, and that's just not how I get down. You know what I mean? And I mean, when I say like outfit, suspenders, hat, you know what I'm saying, overdoing it too much. Yeah. You know what I mean? So just one of those things, man, that I'm disappointed all the time, bro, just because I know it's one of those fields and one of those things where if we see more of us there, we can definitely make some noise and make some money in that field. You know what I mean? The sister's always good, and every time you see a sister, they always show you love. But it's always the brothers that, when I see them, they feel a little jealous, and they feel like they can be the only one in the room, kind of thing. So it's crazy.
Yeah. I feel like that type of thing happens in media a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody always feel like we're in competition. Like, it could be 1,000,001 podcasts. Just do your own thing. You know what I mean? We could all have a podcast. We interview different. We have different topics, titles, and we have a different following. Like, you know what I mean? I remember um I had got an opportunity, and you know what I mean, I only been podcasting last October, made it 1 year, full year. You know what I mean, but podcasting, but I've been getting a lot of huge opportunities. And I was at a situation where it was a person there that had like a huge following on social media. But people told me that didn't mean shit. It did mean shit, because at the end of the day, just because you got 100,000 followers don't mean your content is better than the next person's content, or you're a better person. You know what I mean? People give me opportunities because who I am as a person, you know what I mean, and how I handle my business. You know what I mean? Not because I got X and Y followers or I interview X and Y. So how I deal with that, to be honest with you, that just add more fuel to my fire, you know what I mean? Because I'm already hungry. So that shit just make me like, yo, I ain't gotta say nothing. I ain't gotta respond. I ain't gotta have no negative energy. I ain't gotta ice grill you. I'm gonna show you what my work. I'm gonna continue to work. I'm gonna continue to grind, and I'm gonna continue to elevate. You know what I mean? So that's how I get through it. You know what I mean? But if I ever came across a situation where a person probably did feel some way and wanted to talk about it, I'm up to talk about it. You know what I mean? But it never go left, because I'm the type of person would speak my mind. Like, look, this is what I'm doing. That's what you doing. You know what I mean? We ain't never got to see each other or do anything in life. You know what I mean? So that's all.
Nah, fuck them people. Nah, stop being nice on here, man. Y'all, this hip hop. You supposed to be real, yo. Nah, they are fucking punks, man. And at the end of the day, I'm not beat for people. I do a podcast. I know Heritage Hip Hop's been around for quite a number of years now. And I've had people text me and call me to tell me my podcast ain't shit because somebody else is out now. See, people told me about you. They ain't gonna fuck with you. They gonna fuck with Hello Effect. Shout out to my man, Railroad Gutter. Bar Talk. People told me I ain't going. I'm not gonna be around because Bar Talk is there. Time to Grind. A Squad Rebel Radio. All these other, now it's Joe Pro, Cultural Currency. I always hear, you see this new person out. You see this. You see this. Look, one person I fuck with is Doggy Diamonds. People have hit me and said Doggy Diamonds is this and that. Why you fuck with him? He a piece of shit and all that. Salute to Doggy Diamonds. I'm never gonna put him down. I don't even care if he cussed me out. I respect who he is, period. And people come at me like, nah, you can't make it no more because that person. Who the fuck said I can't make anything? And that's the stuff I'm angry at, because that's that bully coon shit. I'm tired of people out here talking about you can't do this and you can't do that. Unfortunately, that's how many black men grow up in this society. You're not tall enough. You're not good looking enough. You're too dark. You're too light. You're always told what you're not. and people don't highlight how good you do something or what you do that's well. That's why I don't. That's why I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. It took me a long time. It took me to Heritage Hip Hop to really start giving a fuck about what people think. To the point where I stopped giving a fuck what people think because people piss me off. I'm not mad at you having an opinion. I'm not mad at you having the feeling to what you have. But don't put other people down because you're a miserable sack of shit and you want other people to trauma bond with you. Fuck that. Get help. Get therapy. Get a dog. Masturbate. Whatever you need to do to let that shit out, get it out. Because when you hate on people, that makes you look like a total fucking asshole. And I hate that. Sorry to curse everybody, but this really bothers me because look, I work at a job where I help take care of children. And the main thing that we teach is social emotional learning capability and development, which means you have to have a positive idea of who you are to move successfully in the world. Unfortunately, we live in a world where because of the color of your skin and because of misery, people will beat you down because either they can't be with you, they compete with you, or they just have just hatred in their body. And I'm telling you, that's the worst. The worst thing somebody can ever do is destroy your self-confidence and self-concept. That's why I'm against people being beaten on. I'm against people being destroyed mentally or emotionally, even financially. If somebody's hating on you, goddamn great, you made it. Now what you going to do now that the eyes are on you? That's all I got to say on that because we have people around us that try to beat us down already. You have people in Israel talking about how American black men are the number one enemy of the world. You got Nazi propaganda that came to America, Project Paperclip, if y'all know, propaganda that came to this country was talking about how they have to destroy black men. You had one black man, allegedly black man, who loved men so much that he dedicated his life to making sure that the black Messiah never came because he had to get killed. That's J. Edgar Hoover, if you don't know. We have so much against us. We don't need our own beating us down. Even when I don't want to talk about 50 because y'all know about 50 in the documentaries and they say how he beating people down. But at the end of the day, I fuck with 50 Cent. And not only that, we got to stop with the battle rap shit where it comes to beef and tearing everybody down. We need some new shit where we're uplifting our people again. That 90s hip hop, we don't need to be in the 90s, but the message was good. We need to bring that back. We need more unity and togetherness and not people trying to be the head nigga in charge of being an asshole and trying to hold people back. I hate you. I hate what you do. And if you have a problem, make sure you subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop. We can talk about it.
All day.
No, it's like, yo, people get to the pot of gold just to be a hater. I understand that shit because once I get my riches and my gold, y'all ain't gonna see me like that. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna be around. I mean, y'all gonna see me, but I ain't gonna be in the hood. I'm gonna be somewhere on the island streaming from the powerful internet. Hey, how y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worrying about the next person, the spreads. I don't understand that type of mindset, yo. Like, I don't understand that. That's coming from anybody. I don't give a fuck. Rich, poor, fucking black, white, yellow, orange. I don't give a fuck. What type of mindset is that to let me get to this bag of money so I could be on the internet all day to try to expose and talk about people? And the podcast shit too. I don't look at none of their podcasts, yo. If it's chatty, talking about other people or amongst each other with y'all corny ass conversations, I'm fucking good.
Yeah,
Like, that's when I take my time, Karev, and look at ass and titties respectfully. Than that.
I always say it's got to be exhausting to be a hater, bro, because you got to put so much energy into that. Like, you got to muster up from when you open your eyes to when you close them every day to hate on somebody. It's so much more fun energy just showing love and moving on. It's crazy. So shout out to your haters. I know y'all tired, man. Go get your rest.
Yo, shout out to everybody out there doing positivity because positivity is going to win in the long run. You'll be more known for the good that you do for people than the bullshit that you bring to the people.
Word.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Speak life. Speak life and dead. Speak life and stop talking about death. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to D1.
And stop eating dead stuff too. Like, you gotta start. That shit is like you understand what I'm saying? Like, we talking about the dead, disrespecting the dead. Oh, put it on my grandma. Let her rest in peace, sir. Like, you know what I mean? Put it on my dead homie. You probably the reason why he dead. Let him rest. Dad.
Ain't nothing like a piece of pig though. And keep that pork off your fork. I ain't beef for that neither. I don't eat pork. Nah,
I do. I ain't gonna lie. Oscar my bacon. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my only. I ain't gonna, other than that, y'all can keep that pig. But Oscar my bacon. Extra crispy. Extra crispy.
And that's the dead homie. I'm good, yo.
Man, look.
But yo,
Look.
You gonna say something good? See?
Yeah, I want to say something. For anybody don't eat pork, but they eat other things with their women, don't talk to me. I'm gonna eat my pork. Thank you.
You know. Shout out to
Don't she eat pork? Don't she eat pork?
You are what you eat, right?
Don't she eat pork?
Well, then we are all boxes. Hey, move on, yo. Unpop, can you put the bacon? Shout out to the people that's eating the box, yo. Shout out the box. The box. Now, past the box. Let's go on back to the point. But it's not even our own people that destroy our culture. It's people that have been let into our culture who have used hip hop and as a means to get themselves known, and then to shit on hip hop as a way to become a star and distance themselves. Like, one of the biggest pieces of garbage to me who did this was Mark Wahlberg.
Mm.
Mark Wahlberg came in, Marky Mark in Funky Bunch, Good Vibrations. Marky Mark started getting into trouble, and he was saying hip hop was a time in his life that was dark and he was delinquent. So hip hop was who he was as a delinquent person, and hip hop was the blame. When I first got wind of that as a young man, and I don't know what Marky Mark was, I hated him and that song, because what I seen was a person say, what is natural for some people can be perverted, and turned into something negative. And then when they want to take it off, that's them, and I'm not a part of them anymore. So, and they're able to change their lives to become big mega stars. Has there ever been an artist that y'all have seen has done that left a nasty impression to you that just made you just, I don't say hate them, but it just showed you that there's a double standard when it comes to entertainment, culture, and society?
Bro, we ain't got all day for this, but just some examples recently, right? Miley Cyrus was in on the hip hop thing for a little bit years ago when she was fucking with Mike Will Made It and Future and all that. All of them was on her album, and then after all of that, you know what I'm saying, she was like, oh, I don't do the hip hop thing anymore. It's not good for me, kind of thing, right? Travis Kelce did it. He was part of the culture until he wasn't, and now we're seeing where he's at. Shit, who else we talking about? Even more recently now. I think I brought it up in the comments with what's his name, Jack Harlow, right? Well, before we get there, Post Malone, right? Wasn't he White Iverson at the beginning, and now he's strictly country. Jelly Roll, same. He was a hip hop dude until he got out of jail, and now all of a sudden he's going to change things around, and he's found God allegedly, and now you know that. So now Jack Harlow, he wants to be. He said that he feels blacker since he's recorded this new album, which apparently is like a R&B soul album now, and he's moved from his Kentucky to Brooklyn, and he recorded this album. Now he's feeling soulful, and he's like with the white D'Angelo. And we seen this play before, right? Because I think he signed to Atlantic Records. They need to get him into the urban culture, so they're going to basically say he's an R&B artist now for the next 6 to 8 months while they run this album, and get him to endear himself to the culture, so he can look cool. You know, I don't know who Jack Harlow is. I know he did a record with the other industry playing a couple years ago, Lil Nas X, and it was called Industry Baby, right? So that already told me what that was all about. And we seen this playbook before. We seen it. They need to repackage this artist. So what do? They repackage him they invite him to the rap and hip hop barbecue, and get him some fans here and there. And then when it's not convenient for him anymore, like you said, they shed that and they move on to the next level of pop and country and all that kind of stuff. So it's the same thing over and over and over. And I'm tired of it. It drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy. But I do want to shout out my brother though, Travis C, the Lazy MC, because he is white dude who's a hip hop artist, one of the illest MCs I know. And just having private conversations with him, he's shown me he has more respect for the culture, and he has more his morals of hip hop are like top tier compared to some black dudes that I know that claim to be part of this culture. And I always respect him for that. So Trav can never do wrong to me. And he's one of the few out there that respects his culture to the point where he knows who he is and he knows what he's not. And he never crosses that line. So I definitely respect him for that.
All right, that's what's up. Yo, before I get into my point, I just want to say something about Mark Wahlberg. Um, the funny thing you mentioned him, he just was at the Marathon Burger, you know what I mean, in the kitchen doing all this other shit. You know what I mean? He must got something coming out because um once once they see something happening, like especially when it's getting a lot of attention from the community, that's when they want to appear and want to quote unquote donate, you know what I mean, all that goofy shit. But um I want to get into my point. My point is like, yo, we're in 2026, yo. We got to start taking accountability for those things because I feel like every time it's somebody that comes in hip hop that's not black, we welcome them with open arms. Like it's like we so amazed of, oh my God, this person from this different race got skills. Oh my God. So we go over there with the bullshit. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that came, like you said, Post Malone. You know what I mean? Little Dicky, I think that was his name. And there's a bunch of others. There's a list go on. Yellow Wolf is a bunch of them other people. You know what I mean? And we already know when somebody says black music, what is that? If you like hip hop, just make your music. You don't gotta try to be something that you're not. And I feel like that's when we bring these people in our culture. They try to implement something that's, I mean, not implement, imitate something that they not in order to gain this. And once that shit dries out, then they could switch over to pop because of their skin. That's just my personal opinion. So I feel like us as a community as a whole, really in this hip hop shit, we got to stop doing that. Like, and that ain't just with hip hop. That's with anything. Oh my God, this person, he's this. He's people like say if you got a person. I'm gonna use Tom Brady for example. I know he's good, but there's a lot of way black quarterbacks that's way better than him. But we put him on this pedestal because of his skin color. That's my personal opinion. But all right, that's it.
Yo, my favorite person to bring up in this conversation is Kid Rock. Kid Rock had a flat top like Kid from Kid and Play. And now he said, the famous quote Eminem said about Kid Rock is he said, don't do business with black guys because black guys will always cheat you. And he also told Eminem, like, what he say about the culture, about how black people are only good to a certain point, then you have to go and then look what Kid Rock is. He's total MAGA. He's America's first. He's super racist. And he'll beat your ass what he says because he's America first and he believes in anything that he believes in and etc. If Kid Rock is watching this, I like to say fuck you, Kid Rock. Um, and anybody who follows behind that. Now y'all could be mad because them two gentlemen are over there. They may not want to co-sign me saying I'm putting it on myself and saying this. I don't fuck with people that use other people's cultures and then shit on them. I remember I heard a man say Wu-Tang Clan appropriates Chinese culture. And I've seen Wu-Tang do nothing but give love to Asian culture. So I don't understand that. But you have people who will use our culture. Then when they get into a time where that's crazy, they'll play but I'm not them. I'm something else, or I'm white, or I'm this, or I'm that. And then they get a pass to come back home and fuck them thing. The Miley Cyrus thing you brought up. It was allegedly that Billy Ray Cyrus, her father, called Nicki Minaj the N-word and told her that she better get in her place. That Miley's going to be bigger than her. Allegedly. I wasn't there for that, but that was a story.
Fuck Nicki Minaj. She MAGA now, so.
No, but I get it. I ain't rocking with Nicki, but the fact that he could tell his daughter that to put someone in a place, that's not good.
You were.
Jelly Roll, same thing. Post Malone was a white guy who played the guitar who wore Daisy Dukes.
Mhm.
Now he's singing with Sway Lee and he's cool. No, that's bullshit, y'all. I'm either halfway there with Action Bronson because Action should have never called out Ghostface on ESPN if he really knows the culture, because you know what that does.
Hold up, what he said for clarity? I ain't hear that. What he said?
Oh,
Say what he
a
said
couple
first.
years ago, who was he with? Max Kellerman? Was it Max Kellerman?
Yeah,
He was
Max
on
Kellerman.
ESPN and they was talking about how Action Bronson sound like Ghost. And Action Bronson said, Ghost don't spit like this no more. After he was using his voice.
That was
And
a cap. That was cap. That was
Action
cap.
Bronson and Action Bronson got stepped to by Papa Wu and a whole bunch of Wu-Tang people after Ghostface put out the world famous Be Real rant video with the red
Teddy
varsity
Pendergrass,
jacket
right?
on that Mike Epps did a parody of where he was destroying Post Malone. He said you fat funky motherfucker, you in the club with no shoes on. I should have burnt your bed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ghost. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? But just the same way Ghost checked Action Bronson, we need to be checking some of these people that try to come into the culture to do that bullshit. Like right now, there's an Indian girl who does drill music. I've never heard of Indian drill. It's Pakistani drill.
Mm.
Is what they call them? What they call it on the people with the red dots? They're not Pakis. What they call? I forgot.
I'm not
But
gonna
now
speak.
we got
I
red.
don't know.
Now we got Sikh. We got Sikh banging right now. People claiming Sikh and they banging on each other, doing the dance and shit. Like that's what's going on out there. It's bad enough we had Chicago and UK drill that's been killing people in the city, but now you got Pakistani drill. You got people rapping, doing battle rap culture in Philippines, China, and all this, and that's acceptable, and we not checking them. Did y'all know that the Chinese government banned hip hop and the biggest hip hop artist in China stopped doing hip hop and said hip hop was a dark time in his life and he needed to get back to his cultural values to put black culture down because it was demeaning to him? Did y'all know that? People do this shit all the time and it pisses me off. Hip hop culture deals with racism. It deals with classism. It deals with religious separatism. It deals with everything that does with financial disparity. And now we let people come onto the culture because we're looking for friends that will turn their back on us when they feel like they don't need to be bothered with us anymore. As much as people hate Eminem, I will say this: he's given more shout outs to the culture than some of these folks that look like us ever have. Going on award shows, giving shout outs to Big Daddy Kane and Cool G Rap and all of them. But half these motherfuckers bite other people's style and don't give them a shout out.
And who his favorite rapper? He's from New Jersey, right?
I'll be Redman.
Trench.
And Trench.
Yeah. And Trench, exactly. Yeah. Word. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying, man, I think people always talk about people gatekeeping, people keeping me out. Why don't y'all keep them motherfuckers out? Who was the black person who said Justin Bieber can use the N-word? Who was that? Like, we got to get this stuff out of here, man. I mean, it may be good peoples and all that, but we don't co-sign that. It's disgusting to me, yo.
Go to the comment. Pull that comment right there.
Drones Rugged. Shout out to Drones Rugged. Keep It Rugged album out right now. He says, I personally think the Action Bronson thing was a big misunderstanding. And by the way, since that happened, Ghost has had to talk with Action Bronson, and things are better between them now. You're damn right things are better because somebody said, what the fuck you say about me? You better say the right thing to smooth it out.
He said, what you say about my mama?
I ain't giving Action Bronson no cosign. I ain't giving him shit. I don't, the white Irish, all that shit is ass. That's ass, man. We got to cut that shit out, man. Look, a lot of these folks is mad because we have something that's our own, like the conversation. Why is there a black entertainment television? Why can't we have a white entertainment television? You still have that shit.
Now that shit over
because we need something for ourselves.
It's over. We don't got that no more. Tyler Perry sold the last of his stakes at BET. That shit is over now.
So you know what that means?
That was a hostile takeover. That wasn't a sell. That was a hostile takeover.
You know what that means? That means we got to start our own Roku channel and put our own shit out. So we could put the Mike Council, the Mixtape Show, and Hello Effect podcast on our own shit on the Roku. They could join the YouTube, join that, and we could do a joint. Because
We
then
can
that
do it.
means there's a need to be fulfilled. Why don't we do it then?
Yo, and cancel Zeus too. Cancel fucking Zeus because
It's
that's
Zeus.
something poisoning. That's the baddie all the fighting all that negative shit. That's that channel would be on. That's the shit owned by a black man.
Yeah. Eminem does respect the culture. I do give him that. Look at how many people he gave jobs to through Shady 45. Shady 45.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Kid Rock ain't give nobody no job. Yellow Wolf ain't giving nobody no job. Yellow Wolf didn't even respond back to Royce the 5'9", but he called him out for what that racist shit he did to Royce's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, yo. Let's keep it real. We do have to stop grafting people in because they're different and not taking care of our own. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a lot of people who look like us that don't give a fuck about us, but rather look good to somebody else, aka bully cooning. I don't fuck with it. And people hide behind religion and do it. People hide behind their money and do it. People hide behind sports and do it. Listen, I don't give love to pieces of shit. And if that's what y'all want to do, y'all do it. But the Mike Council will not do that. We are culturally driven with no skips, and we will not fail you by selling you out for some bullshit. And if them two want to do it, then we fade, and we gonna catch the fade. And that's what it is, yo.
Take a look at
I love my boys, yo. We ain't doing these one. I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say my boys. I love these gentlemen right here, and we gonna build something. We are building something. We're not going. We already been doing it. And thank y'all for coming here with us. See what you got.
That's right. I want to say, everybody that been coming here every Sunday, appreciate you all. You understand what I'm saying? And we building up, but real organic. You know what I mean? Like we giving y'all a reflection of who we are, our character in real life, and our takes on this thing that we love that's called hip hop. You know what I mean? So if you want to get an honest opinion from different angles, from different point of view, you at the right place. You know what I mean? But if you're looking for that fake, chatty, ghetto shit and that negative shit that's gonna continue to destroy your mind and your people,
go to Netflix.
Go to the other people's shit. You know what I mean? Even though they might be chasing at them crumbs, you know what I mean, to they master, we ain't about that. We're gonna get it, we're gonna grind, and we're gonna get it the right way. You know what I mean?
Come on,
I ain't got much today, man. Just do your eat your healthy foods, take your vitamins, take care of your physical, take care of your mental. And like Zeke said, man, just keep tuning in. We just getting these reps in, man, and we getting better and better at this thing. So if you tune in as a day one, then you're gonna really love what we doing months from now, because you're gonna be like, yo, I remember when these brothers was coming up. So we definitely appreciate you. I know it's a Sunday for some of us. It's spring break week. For some of us, it's not. Some of us got to go to work tomorrow. So I definitely appreciate that hour of your time that you give us, or 20 minutes or whatever it is. So I definitely appreciate that.
Salute. And look forward to more things coming from us. But right now, before we end the show, Seek said he had his anniversary. When was your anniversary, yo? October?
Yeah, last October made me a year podcasting. You know what I mean? I started this like from scratch. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was getting into, but I was doing content before. Always been behind the camera. You know what I mean? For anybody that's in battle rap, anybody knows Tsunami Surf, like his first battles when we started in the store in the basement, I was the cameraman behind that. Shout out to my man from Block City, Hazy Rule. That was one of my childhood friends. You know what I mean? I grew up with in North. You know what I mean? But I took a little time off, you know what I mean, do life, family, having kids, work, and all other bullshit nonsense. But I'm back here to stay. So anybody that was tapped in before, stay tapped in and tuned in, or you're gonna miss a whole lot of shit that I'm doing and that we doing collectively. Cause like Kawon said, once again, the growth is gonna continue to grow. And we don't need no pause on that, respectfully. That's it.
Y'all got it. Applause. So let's go out the way we supposed to. What's in y'all rotation this week? Seek, what you got?
I got every indie artist, no matter where you at in the world, if you out grinding consistently, you waking up every day in this shit, I'ma listen to it. I'ma support it. Before I get out of here, I just want to say this too. My bad for taking all the time. I'm about to start a music review weekly thing coming soon. So I'm gonna be really grind on the internet, looking for anybody that's dropping shit weekly, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give you some free promotion. It's the only time you're gonna get something free. You know what I mean? So tap in. You know what I mean? So any artists out there, if you out there specifically, matter of fact, let me get a shout out to my man Fame, Southside Jamaica, Queens. You know what I mean? He been grinding ever since I met him, ever since I've been podcasting. He just dropped the project. I don't know the name of it. Go on my page because we invite collab. You know what I mean? Respectfully. So tap in with him. He give me that real, that pain, that gutter, you know what I mean? That grown-up type of music. Much love and respect.
See. Salute. Kawon, what you got?
Oh, shout out to my family at Mad Good Records. My brothers, Monster and Eric Solo from the West Coast dropped a new album. They go by the name of Not the Ones, and the name of the album is called Order Twos. It's a really fun, dope West Coast vibe, trash talking, got the classic West Coast bangers on there, time vibes to it. It's a fun record, so check them out. And check out our social media, Kawon J Media, this week. We got a new video dropping from the Chain Reaction album I think you guys are going to like. So we about to unload another one from the clip on the Chain Reaction album, and we're going to keep pushing that. And I put a little teaser from Boom Bap Alumni. My solo album is dropping in June. Put a little teaser of one of the verses on there, so you guys peep that out. And the grind don't stop, man. It's hip hop till I die.
All right, and for Heritage Hip Hop, we working on releasing the debut album of my friend, my teacher, my brother, Shot Skills. Rest in peace. So I'm going through that. Shout out to my brother in the chat, Palaya. We working on something special for the memory of Shot Skills. Besides that, this week I listened to that new Nas album, Legend Has It Recap. I've been listening to that, and that's pretty entertaining. Even though I've had the songs already, the commentary and the original version of Omerta that it was leaked. That's not a leak no more. Salute to them for putting it out. That's great business. His business mind is sharp. And for a female, shout out to I got two females. Shout out to Todd Phoenix and Honey De Niro. Listening to them, yo, gotta get a lady something. So I challenged the gentleman today on the Mic Council, and I challenge all of you, the viewers and everybody in the comments. I'm going to start something tomorrow, and they're going to pass it off to you. I'm going to shout out some ladies so people can check out and listen to, and I want it to be their responsibility to tag you, and I'm going to tag y'all, tag people. We're going to tag 3 people in this. I'm not tagging both of y'all. I'm going to tag one of y'all tag the other one, but I'm going to tag 3 people in the post, and we're going to ask them, what females would you like to, artists would you like to highlight for the end of the month of the Women's History Month? And we're going to get a lady some viral contributions to their movement. And it could be hip hop anymore. We want to give it to a podcaster, an artist, a singer. Let's just shout out the ladies and just pass it off to them and get them some love. You know what I'm saying? That sound good to y'all?
I'm all the way with that.
Yeah. Let's get it.
So that's what we're going to do. And parting words, we on the road to 5. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop, subscribe to Kawon J Media on YouTube, subscribe to the Hello Effect podcast. We all want 5,000 subscribers. That's our goal for 2026. And when we hit the 5,000 subscriber mark on all 3 channels, we are going to do a giveaway to everybody that has signed up and followed us. All you got to do is just subscribe to all 3 pages and share it and get your friends to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And when we get there, you're going to get something special from all of us. So from Heritage Hip Hop, Kawon J Media, and the Hello Effect podcast, it's been a pleasure giving y'all greatness once again. Make sure you join us every Sunday at 8 p.m. and check out our individual things because we got things happening during the week. And stay tapped into the culture. Peace. And we out.
Thank you and good night. We are Heritage Hip Hop. Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real hip hop. For real.